Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning. I feel like we went back in time.
I know, right? It's been so nice. We melted a lot of our snow, and now they're calling for 6+ inches of snow today.
6+?
Yeah. So we're gonna see what we're gonna get. There's a lot of ice under the snow, and as you can see, yeah, that's where I just fell. So this is a light, fluffy snow, so anything on top of this ice is pretty slick. We gotta be pretty careful.
You.
Good morning, ladies. The chickens do not like eating their food out of a bucket or a trough. They'd rather have it thrown out like that on the ground. You boys coming out, or you staying inside today? If you're staying in, I can't say I blame you. What do you think, Camo? So everybody's been telling me I need to try a power sander. I've never used one of these before. Everybody says, or all of you have been saying, this is what you need for sanding your mud. This will hook to our vacuum, and it's supposed to keep it dust free. We don't know how dust free it's going to keep it, but we're going to find out together. This is definitely one of the least favorite parts of this job, is the sanding, but this is supposed to make it, the power sander is supposed to make it so it's not so dusty. I'm a little skeptical. Seems to be working good so far. Keeps most of the dust contained. Still doesn't make it enjoyable, but that cuts out a ton of the dust. I have 180 grit sandpaper on here right now. I believe I got some 220. I want to try that. That's 220. This is 80 and 220. I barely touched that pad. It's still like new. So I took off this collar because the vacuum line didn't fit into it that good, but not having it on, it's kind of spreading this handle. And I don't want that to happen, so if this piece was longer, it'd be fine, but it hits right here a little bit. It doesn't want to go any further, so I'm just going to duct tape it. I don't know if Grizzly makes an adapter or a different vacuum works better. But that'll keep it from falling out. The 220 works good. It's not as rough on the drywall, and mud and sanding easy. So I'm going to stick with the 220. If I have a rough spot, I'll put it back to 180. Definitely some spots I need to go around and touch up, but with sanding. But I also want to put another coat on. We're going to call that good in this room, and then I can give it a nice skim coat, and then give it a good final sand once that all dries. I want to know why I've never known about one of these before. This just makes the job so much more enjoyable. The worst part's all the cords. I want to thank Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video. I've been taking AG1 for over a year now. That's how I start my morning off. If I don't start my morning off with AG1, I just feel sluggish and off for the day. AG1 is loaded with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients that just gets my whole body up and going for the day. It's got prebiotics, probiotics, which helps with my gut. It's got so much stuff in here that is healthy for me that I know I do not get in my everyday diet, especially when we're up here working at the off-grid house. Sometimes we're just running non-stop and we don't eat right. Today, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I know it's not the best thing to have, but sometimes when you're trying to get jobs done, you just kind of gotta get what you have. But that's where I can count on AG1 to be my nutritional insurance. When I know when I'm taking this, I have all the nutrients that I need for the day checked off. So if I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich one day, I don't have to feel so bad. And days like today when I'm up here working on the off-grid property, and it's been a long day and a long week, and you just kind of feel a little sluggish, and you don't want to have a cup of coffee, AG1 makes these nice convenient travel packs. I have these stashed all over the place. I got them in my truck, I got them at the off-grid house, I got a bunch at the regular house, and we have our regular AG1 for the scoop that I take in the morning with my vitamin D3. But these come in so convenient. If you're always on the go, they are nice to have. Right now, with your first purchase, if you use our link in the video description down below, you're gonna get 5 free travel packs and the vitamin D3, which is the immunity bundle. I know where we are in the north, we don't get a lot of sunlight, so taking the vitamin D3 really helps support our immune system. It's our nutritional insurance, so when we're not eating great, we got that covered. And also, with everything going on right now, it's always good to know you have some nutritional insurance in your back pocket. I drink this every day and in the afternoon when I need it. If you guys want to try AG1, click my link in the video description down below. You're gonna get 5 free travel packs and a year's supply of the vitamin D3. Thanks AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get on with the build. Usually for me, the worst part of this job is the sanding. And I'm very impressed with the power sander. If you're gonna be doing any sheetrocking and budding, I recommend a power sander. A lot of rental companies rent them out, so I bet you where you are, you could find one. And it just makes the process so much more enjoyable for you, so you're not covered in it, but also it just keeps the house so much cleaner. I'm just totally amazed. I don't know how I didn't know about those before. Now the pros only do this in 3 coats and 1 sanding. I'm not a pro, so we're gonna do another coat and another quick sanding to get it so it'll be nice. It was a little rough, so if I would have tried to put another coat on before sanding, it would have been terrible. Alright, just finishing up the last of the high stuff. Wanted to get all the high stuff done in all the rooms, just because it's the part I like the least, and it takes me the longest. So if we can get this knocked out, and later on I can come back with a new bucket of mud and finish up all the lower stuff. All right, that'll do until we get some more mud. Well, we ended up getting about 6 inches of snow yesterday and last night. It's a little reminder that winter's not over with yet. We're still in it for another month or two. I'm curious to see if the snow is still on the solar array, if it's coming off, or if it has came off. Ugh, man, it is still on there completely. Bummer. The sun is out though. It should start melting it soon, and then we should start making some good solar today. Well, I'm hoping today to get all of the sheetrock mud blast coat put up. Yesterday, as you saw, we sanded, and I got all of, after I sanded, I got all of the high stuff with the finish coat. And hopefully that's drying good, and then we need to get all the low stuff done. And that will be the last coat of sheetrock mud. There, I can talk. Thank you guys for sticking with us as we've been sheetrocking and mudding. I know it gets kind of boring. It's boring for me, but it's part of the process. We've been working and putting in extra hours to make sure we're getting it done, and we're getting it done quickly so we don't draw out the process any longer than we need to. If you do this full time, I give you props. It is an art. It is hard work. I can feel it in my elbow, a little bit in my shoulders, but it's more my elbow I feel it in. And it's a lot of work, that's for sure. It's funny because it's an art form to it. So if you do it for a full-time job, my hat is off to you. So I'm gonna change. I've been leaving all of my gross shirts and sweatshirts here, and I just kind of switch everything on and off so that way I'm not bringing home all of clothes like this every night. So we're gonna be starting on our 4th bucket of mud. We are gonna start in the master bedroom, get that finished up, because I think that is the worst room to do. And I always like to start with the worst stuff, get it done and over with. So when the day is done and you're ready to go, you're not doing the worst stuff. My forearm is on fire already, and we still have a lot more to get done today. All right, that's this room done. One down, one more to go. That's the final coat. That feels good. It'll feel even better once the other two rooms are done. I keep bopping around. I got all of the lower knee walls done because those are the worst. I'm trying to make sure I get all of the least fun stuff done first because my arms are definitely sore today, so at the end of the project when I'm all done, I don't want to be doing the worst. So that's why I've been kind of jumping around here and there. Alright, I just finished Olivia's room with the second coat. I had to open the window, it's getting pretty warm in here. That sun came out for a few minutes. We're a little taller. That sun came out though, it felt good. Now we get to move on. Maybe not move on, but move back in to the living room. We gotta tape the corners, the joints, and then we just have the hallway. So we're in pretty good shape. It's gonna feel real good to have the final coat all done. And then I can't wait to use the power sander again. And then get it primed. It's gonna look so different up here being primed. I can't get over how warm it is up here. It's gonna be like 73, 75, I betcha. I'll have to grab my thermometer later. It's not up here. I had to get my drill, so I got the thermometer. 73. I was right. The master bedroom says 71. Olivia's room says 74. And in here it says 73. It's warm up here, that's for sure. Alright, we got the +3 this time to try. I'm trying to see which one I like of the ones they make. So when we go to do downstairs, we already have an idea. Definitely gonna need some water in this one. Yeah. A little thick. I think that's still a little too thick. It looks thick, but it feels, I don't dare go any thinner. We'll try it. Yeah, I like that consistency. I still can't get over it. 73 degrees in here. 21 degrees outside. I like it. let that dry and see how it comes out. I just took a drive up to check on the logging, and they have moved down to that lower landing where they had the trailers and Tim Pro parked last time. So they have the chipper, the slasher, that they call the turtle. It's like a skidder, but it picks up the logs, puts it in the back and drags it. That's the big machine we have on drone. But we have some more roundwood pulp, some nice spruce and fir, some that's gonna get chipped, and some more spruce and fir over here. There's the Timber Pro down in there. And this is a dilemma. If you guys have been around, sorry, hit bump. If you guys have been around since last year, we showed that dilemma working. Basically, it holds onto the log, and then that arm slides up or back, whatever way it needs to go, and it takes all of the branches off the logs. That's why they call it a dilemma. And they can send the softwood logs out to the mill to get made into building material. So I'd go for a little walk, but I only got me sneakers on, and I don't feel like getting wet socks right now. But it is looking nice. I'll have to go up above and check out the other landing that they had finished from another day. It feels good to be done with the final coat. It was a long day, but I'm glad we got it done. We just have to sand now, then we can prime. That's exciting. It'll be exciting to see what it all looks like one color. You guys can see they're logging over here too, back that way, up there. I'm not sure how far they're gonna come this year. It sounds like everything that needs to get cut on the forestry plan probably won't get done this year. So we've been working with our logger and a forester. The forester goes around, walks it, and sees what we need to do for management, and everything is looking good. I don't think they're gonna get everything cut that they have on the plan to get cut this year, just because if it starts to get warm like it has been, this road, or our whole road, will be too muddy and it can't handle the big 18-wheeler loads loaded. They carry about 30,000, they carry about 30 tons of wood chips, plus whatever the trailer and the truck weighs, and then a load of logs. I don't know how much that weighs. I think they said I'm not even gonna say because I totally forget how many board feet of lumber they have on a trailer, but it was a lot. So with the weight of the vehicles up and down the road, once it gets too warm out, they can't work. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like, we want spring to come, but for logging, you don't want spring to come because it just makes a muddy mess, and we don't want to have a muddy mess here on the property. I still can't get over how well that power sander worked. I wish I could remember who sent us the email and telling us more about it. A lot of you guys recommended it in the comments, so thank you. I'm glad I went ahead and got one. I was hoping I could have rented one, but the rental store around here just decided not to do rentals anymore. So broke down and bought it, and I'm glad I did, because it was just amazing that I could walk out of there without any dust on me. So if you guys are doing any sheetrocking or anything, you might want to look into one, see if your local rental store has one to rent. I want to thank Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to try Athletic Greens, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Click our link in the video description down below, and you're going to get the immunity bundle. You get the 1-year supply of the vitamin D3 dropper and 5 individual travel packs. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. If it wasn't for viewers like you and sponsors like Athletic Greens, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here at Lumnah Acres. So thank you from the bottom of our heart, and we'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.